We got to get to those reviews. We're 12 minutes in, but thank you again. Appreciate it, guys. Now, how many have seen, I mean, I don't know why I'm asking this question, but I feel obligated to. How many of you have seen the 1992 classic Disney Renaissance era film, Aladdin? I grew up watching this movie, chat. I was obsessed with it. Everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying, Don, with the $14 donation. Don, thank you. Well, with that, we're doing a stretch goal. We're doing a poll right after the review. Again, Don, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everyone asked, dummy. I don't know why I asked. You know, like you guys, I grew up in this movie. I watched it obsessively. It was like that, Lion King, a couple of the Disney films, Toy Story, all those. I have them in the big bubble box. Remember those bubble VHS boxes, chat? I had that, popped that little sucker in there. Always watch it, chat. Forget to rewind it, and I get frustrated with myself because I have to rewind it. So then, you know, it's like, so I want to watch it like right now. And so it's very frustrating. But I love the movie. I don't know if I did like a top. It's definitely in my top 5 animated films of all time. I definitely put it up there. I don't know if it's number 1, but it's around there, you know. So I absolutely adored the film. And when it came out, apparently a lot of other people did. Because for its time, chat, until it was beat a year later, or almost a year later by the Lion King, it was the highest grossing animated film of all time. Had a budget, this is nuts when you think about this, had a budget of $28 million. That seems so cheap, especially the stuff they're doing in this film. I mean, nearly, oh my God, this movie's almost 30 years old. 28 years later at this point, chat. I mean, there's some stuff about the animation that's like a little dated, but it's aged so well for the most part. But God, that's so unexpected just looking at that number. But it made its money back and then some. 504 million gross, chat, worldwide. Huge success. I think one of the most critically acclaimed, if not the most critically acclaimed movie of the year. A couple of Oscar nominations. Honestly, he probably should have been nominated for Best Picture. But the Oscars, they don't like the animation. It's like, that's not real movies. They don't know what they're talking about. Chad, Aladdin is a real movie. And it probably deserved to be a nice Best Picture nomination. But again, huge cultural impact. Continued on the Disney Renaissance era. For myself, Chad, this is my favorite movie in the Disney Renaissance era. Just simply incredible. Also, probably has, the Genie, one of the best supporting characters in Disney film. That's kind of cool just to see, like, the Middle East represented in animation. You don't often see that. Like, I go and think of, like, a few films at the top of my head, like Prince of Egypt, you know, it takes place in Egypt, Middle East. But other than that, not too many. Not too many with, like, this kind of budget and this kind of push by a major studio. It's pretty incredible. So, yeah, absolutely love the film, chat. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is a better than sex movie. I'm not going to beat around the bush here, okay? This is a better than sex. I'll tell you my rating again, but I'm going to explain why it's better than sex. Because, chat, we are opening up, and we're already getting a musical number. Arabian Nights, Arabian Day. I mean, already it's like, woo, it sounds good. You just love it. Even if you don't know the lyrics, chat, you just start humming it. And we're following this little merchant man, chat. He's a little dwarf man. He's riding a camel. And we are seeing the Middle East. We're seeing the sand dunes, chat. We're seeing these villages and towns and oases. I think that's the plural of oasis. And we come to it, chat. We come to Agrabah, a fictional city in the Middle East. It is not real. Even though people actually fucking think this movie had such a cultural impact. You know, whether it be pop culture, just society in general, chat. People think Agrabah is real. And yeah, it's a city in the Middle East. It's fucking right next to Baghdad and Tehran. It's all around the same area. It's like, no, it's not real. It's a fictional place. We all want it to be real, chat. I mean, in our heart of hearts, we do, but it's not. And we're following this little merchant, chat, and this camel has not had a drink in quite a while, and it fucking dies right in front of us. So already, chat, this movie is getting into some real shit. We just saw an animal die on screen, and this guy couldn't give a shit less. This little dwarf Middle Eastern man. He hops off of that thing, and what does he do, chat? He's here to sell us some shit, hawking his wares, chat. He's like, yeah, it's the great city of Agrabah. Isn't it wonderful? Well, what do you want to buy? And chat, in case you didn't know, I didn't realize this. Like, I know now, but like years ago, I was like, oh my God, Robin Williams also voiced this character, and it's speculated, chat, that this is the Genie right here in this case, and he's taken on the persona of different characters. Like right here, this is him telling the story of Aladdin, how he came to be free and to travel the world. Now he's returning to the city after all this time. So it's kind of cool. And so he's doing all this comedic bits, chat, trying to sell all this stuff, and the camera's like moving away. He's like, no, come back, no, I have something quite special for you, quite special. He said, and he presents it to us, chat, the lamp, and he's like, it looks like just a piece of dingy shit. It's like, I don't want to rub that lamp. That is definitely filled with diseases. There's probably the scarabs from the mummy inside there. If I open them up, they're gonna burrow in my body and eat my brain, like the chubby guy, in the mummy film. We don't want that, chat. But like Genie says, Merchant/Genie, he says, don't worry about it. This lamp, it has sentimental value, which is worth more than fucking all the diamonds and golds in Agrabah, chat. Sit down and let me tell you the story. And that's where we find ourselves, chat. He's talking about the diamond in the rough. And who do we have sitting on a goddamn precipice on this sand dune, chat? Jafar! Oh! Bloody Fred Major with the 5,000 biddy donation. Bloody Fred Major, first of all, it has been a hot minute since you've been here, man. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We gotta do 3 movie polls tonight now. Thank you so much. I gotta raise my glass to Don. I gotta raise my glass to you, and I gotta raise my glass to the chat. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. You are shaking the pillars of heaven tonight, my friend. Thank you. Oh, that was a big gulp. But it was deserving. Thank you so much. Get yourself a beverage right now so you can join me in the libations, my friend. Thank you. Seriously, man. That was super, super kind of you. That was amazing. Wow. Yeah, this Frank, well, he's the Cave of Wonders. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Yeah. No, thank you, Bloody Friend Major. Welcome again to the stream. Hope you're having you clearly have a very nice Monday. You made my fucking Monday. You and everybody else. Thank you, my friend. That is awesome. So here we go, chat. We got Jafar, as Iago calls him. And he's waiting for a particular object. And, he's waiting for this guy, chat. He's delivering something to him. What's the guy's little thief's name? I don't know the little thief's name, chat. He's a piece of shit, though. Gazim! He's Gazim, chat. Jafar's waiting for Gazim, and Gazim, he comes upon Jafar. He's like, Jafar, I got the little thing that you need to open up the Cave of Wonders. And Jafar's like, give me that shit. And Gazim's like, no. I had to slit many a throat to get these. So already, chat, more murder. We saw a camel die on screen, and this other little dwarf Middle Eastern man has apparently slit the throats of people to get these 2 pieces of like a golden scarab. Again, the fucking man-eating beetles, the man-eating scarabs and the mummy playing another role in this one. They had good work. They had good work in the 90s, chat. And he's like, nah, give me the treasure and I'll give you the scarab. And Iago's like, I'm not going to deal with that. Iago, he gets his little talons out there, chat, and he grabs them from Razim and he hands them to Jafar. And Jafar's like, don't worry, you will get everything you deserve, Razim's like, okay, that sounded ominous, but I'm all for it. And so Jafar, he puts these 2 things together, and poof, chat, it immediately goes into the sand, and it runs off. It's like a golden trail. Jafar's like, we gotta go in that direction. And so he's chasing after these little golden scarab beetles, chat. And then it comes to a mound, and like they start glowing even bigger. And what do we see before us, chat? The Cave of Wonders is like this giant, like animal lion face. And, it's saying all this stuff. It's like, hey, warning to whoever shall enter this must be the diamond in the rough. If you're not a diamond in the rough, then you're going to get fucked up. And also, only touch the lamp. Don't touch the treasure. And Jafar's like, hey, Razim, go ahead. Go get it for me. Razim's like, I really want treasure, but okay, I'll go up there. And so he's very nervous, chat. Cave of Wonders asks him, it's like, who dare enters my mouth? And, Razim's like, I am Razim, a humble thief. And Cave of Wonders is like, all right, you do you, boo. You come in. And Razim, he's a little nervous, chat, as you expect. A giant fucking sand lion just came alive, and it's asking him to go inside his mouth. I would be a little off-put by that at this point. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe there's other things I could do. There's other throats I could slit, other jewels I can get, but it's like, nah, I'm here. I mean, might as well at this point. And so, Chad, he puts one little dainty foot in there. He's like, I'm good. Whoo! And the Cave Wonder's like, I don't like you, and eats him, Chad. Immediately kills him. Jafar's like, holy shit. Oh, I'm glad I didn't go in there. That wouldn't have been bad. And Iago, he's not just a little dumb parachat just repeating everything that Jafar says. Now we got Gilbert Gottfried. He says, Jafar! That guy was a schmuck. He was not the diamond in the rough. And Jafar's like, I know, we gotta find the diamond in the rough. Iago, I have no idea where the hell he is. Where could we find a diamond in the rough? And then we cut back to Agrabah, chat. It's daytime, and who are we following? It's the main character, what the movie's named after, Aladdin, and he's a little street urchin, chat. What's the word? Not. I always think of sewer rat because of Final Fantasy. What the hell is he called? Oh my God. Oh. I have sewer rat on the brain. It's not sewer rat, street rat. Thank you, Patrice Graphics. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, street rat. And chat, he has just stolen a big old loaf of bread, and the city guard, they're currently chasing after him, chat. It's like, we don't care if you're starving to death. We don't care if we can literally see your ribs and internal organs just hanging there. It's like, no, you got to give us that bread. You got to pay for that bread, street rat. And Aladdin, he's just doing a little musical number, chat. He's showing, like, this guy, he's handsome. He's very confident. He knows the ways of the Agrabah market, chat. He's ingratiated himself to many of its patrons, many of his other fellow street rats, chat. The whores. They actually show hookers in this movie, chat. It is ridiculous. Ladies of the night, whatever you want to call them. But he goes in these brothels, chat, and they're like, we're going to hide you, Aladdin, and we're going to push you off. He's flirting in the chat. Aladdin's been around. He knows what he's been into, okay? I'm just saying it right now. Let's not be too hasty. Let's not be too hasty. And again, musical numbers are great. Yeah, open with a great one. Arabian Nights, you got this one right here. Very nice. And he's rather tasty. Like that lady was about to just have him, chat. Smooch him and everything. That was going to be her little Agrabah pet. But he escaped her. And Aladdin, he manages to get away. He also has a little monkey sidekick, chat. His name's Abu. Abu, he's a very adorable, he's a little greedy monkey. He loves to steal things, he loves to eat food, he loves gold, he loves jewels too, anything really shiny. But they manage to get away from the guard, chat. Literally, he fucking pushes them. Some of them definitely die when they fall off because they break their necks and shit, and that's it. But some of them fall into like a literal mountain of shit, and they're just stuck in there, and they smell horrible, chat. And probably because they were cutting themselves while they're chasing after Aladdin, because you would, just sharp objects and shit, or their swords are bumping into each other. Like, clearly the feces would leak into their bloodstream, and they would develop sepsis, and they would die a very horrible, painful death, chat. So these guards, limited amount of time left to live. So I can see why they're so resentful towards Aladdin at this point in the movie. I understand. I get it. Paradox, thank you for the host. Welcome to stream. Corbin, good to see you. Disney was gay. Disney just didn't, in a lot of cases, Disney just like, do whatever you want. It's funny. It's like, in the 90s, like, they weren't as, this is true, politically correct. They're like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. It's a Middle Eastern culture. Just throw in everything, the Middle Eastern things that you typically associate with the Middle East. I thought it was very respectful, personally. But then they also, hey, let's show girls with curves. Let's have the big old bazungas, the bazingas, and they're just all out there, chap. How many times, remember when we get to the Cave of Wonders and the genie is doing his whole, yeah, never had a friend like me, like all that shit, and he creates these women and they're rubbing up on Aladdin's crotch. Like, we just didn't pretend that happened. Like, that happens in the movie, okay? They're scantily clad, they got the big old booty butts, and they're rubbing up on him. And he's like, this is wonderful. And I don't know what they did in the Aladdin 2019 film, but I bet it wasn't as raunchy as what they did in the 1992 film, chat. That's all I'm saying. But hey, Aladdin, he's pushed these guards into the dumb heap, chat. They're going to get the sepsis. It's not going to be good for them. And he's like, Abu, we managed to get away. Let us eat and revel in our victory. And before he starts munching down, chat, he sees some other street rats, some fellow street rats, chat, and they're searching for the trash. They got apple cores, these two little kids, a little girl and a little boy. Little boy's even littler than the little girl. And they're just like, oh my God, we will literally die in front of you if we don't have any food. Aladdin's like, damn it, I used to be them. All right, here, and he get like Aladdin. This shows like he's not just a street rat, he's not just a little street urchin. He has a heart. He has a heart of gold, and he gives these kids his half of his bread loaf, and they immediately start munching on it. Would have eaten his hand if they probably could have. Got to get the protein there. It's like that bread's just empty calories, chat. They need the protein to survive. And Abu's like, fuck them kids. I'm eating my bread, and he's munching down. He's giving them the snake eye, but eventually, chat, and he's like, fuck. God damn it, fine. And he goes over to him, he's like, here, have my bread. I wouldn't have eaten that bread, chat, because a monkey bit into it. And we don't know what diseases Abu has. Okay? Like, I don't know. Listen, maybe you're fucking starving to death. You're like, I don't care what that monkey had in its mouth. Give me the fucking bread. But still, I would have been a little standoffish there. But these kids ate it up. They pat Abu in the head, and they go on their way, chat. Oh, Mega, thank you for the host. Welcome stream. Hope you're enjoying so far. Summer baby, good to see you. Well, the things you miss when you... I know, right? So many raunchy things. And so then, chat, Aladdin and Abu, they go towards the main street of the market. And who do they see? They see this jag-off prince, chat. And he's just walking down, and he's all haughty. This horse is just all haughty. And Aladdin's like, look at this jackass. And the crowd's like, he's fucking rich. We love him. It's like, no, okay? Just because he's rich doesn't mean he's a good person. You gotta learn that. You gotta learn that. Okay, Aladdin, he might be a street rat. He may be dirt poor. He may be the poorest of the poor. But he's a good person. Because he doesn't have the fancy clothes, no one recognizes that in him, chats. This is a good lesson. This is a good lesson for kids. And I learned this back in the day, too. And apparently little street urchins that Aladdin fed before are like, we need more bread. And they fucking run out into the street hoping like this man could give them something. And he's like, get away from me. And he immediately gets his whip out, chat. And he's about to strike these kids, like beat the shit out of them. Aladdin, he jumps in there. He takes the crack of the whip, wraps it around his arm, and is like, hey, don't beat up kids. Don't beat up street urchins. And the guy's like, how dare you? And he fucking throws Aladdin into a mud pie, chat. I don't know. It's like it's hot in this desert. Maybe it was like another shit pile somewhere. I don't know. I wasn't sure. But he gets thrown in like mud, and then he cleans himself off. He's like, well, that's crazy, Abu. I've never seen a horse with two behinds before. And this guy fucking loses. He says, listen, you're a goddamn street rat. You're going to die out here poor, and no one's going to give a shit. And he goes to the palace, chat. Aladdin's like, wow, that was a lot. That was a lot that I just took in. I was a little overwhelming when I just heard. I'm going to sit down for a second. Because, chat, we now know what's going on here. It's like, why is this prince coming to Agrabah? Because it's for Princess Jasmine. She needs to marry a prince in 3 days, okay? It's law. That's law in Agrabah. If she doesn't do it, we actually don't know what happens. We don't know. They don't establish, like, what happens if she doesn't. Well, I guess we kind of do, but it's a lie. But, yeah, we learned that she has to marry Prince in 3 days, or it's kaput. Something's kaput, chat. And, you know, she's been going through suitors on an hourly basis, chat. She doesn't like anyone who's coming through. But then, we come to the palace, chat, and we meet the Sultan. And he's like a little chubby man. He's like a Winnie the Pooh-esque type character, chat. He's very round. He's very squishy. He's comedic relief. He's great. And he hears the prince. He sees the prince, chat, coming out just after talking to Princess Jasmine, and he is not having. He's just like, I don't know who is going to marry her, but I feel sorry for them. I'm leaving. We see, chat, his ass has just been ripped out. Apparently, Jasmine just is very kinky, or something else bad has happened, but his ass is just gone, chat, and he's just waddling out of there. And the Sultan's like, Jasmine, what did you do? What did you do to this man's ass? And so he goes out there, chat. And we see Jasmine, and she's just relaxing in the palace garden, chat. She's seen all the beautiful, beautiful Princess Jasmine. I'll admit it right here, chat. Everyone who was 5, between the ages of 5 and 10, had a crush on Princess Jasmine. Do not say that you didn't. We all did, okay? That was just the way it is. That was the way it is. Don't tell me it's like, no, I wasn't. No, you were. If you say you didn't, then you're a liar. Don't do that. So, he goes out there, chat, and Princess Jasmine, she's just, you know, she's petting her. She got a big old tiger. She's the original Tiger King, chat. In this case, Tiger Queen. But she teaches Raja of respect. And the Sultan, he's going out there. He's like, what did you do? What happened? He sees that the man's ass is in the tiger's mouth. He's like, no, give me that. And he rips the ass out, chat. It's his underwear. It's his underwear. He's got little pink boxer shorts, chat, little hearts on them. It's adorable. And someone's like, Jasmine, listen to me. You gotta, it's a law. You have to marry your prince in 3 days. And Jasmine's like, I don't want to marry someone based on the law. I want to marry out of love. And someone's like, listen, hashtag Me Too has not happened yet. Women's rights movement has not happened yet. Okay, we're fucking Agrabah in ancient times. All right, we're not at that point yet. Okay, you gotta do this, honey. We gotta put a baby in you. That's what he basically did, show. You gotta continue the line. It's some Game of Thrones shit. And Princess Jasmine's like, I'm just not having it. I don't want to do that fight. And Sultan's like, listen, it's not just about the law. I'm old as shit. I got the look how I am spherical. I am spherical. Like my neck is folding into my body right now. I have no neck. I'm no neck Sultan. Okay. I want you to be taken care of when I'm gone. And I just want you to find someone to provide for you. The same lifestyle I was able to provide for you and your mother. And we don't know what happened to Jasmine's mother, but she's dead, I think. She's dead. We don't see her yet. And Jasmine's like, I just don't want to talk about it. And she goes off. Sultan's like, jeez. And then he goes in there, chat. He just doesn't know what to do. But he's like, I'm just gonna go talk to my Grand Vizier. And who's his Grand Vizier, chat? Basically his head assistant. It's Jafar! Jafar is there, chat. And the Sultan's like, Jafar, I am so glad to see you. Like, I need your advice to help, to get my daughter hitched. And Jafar's like, fuck that, I'm gonna hypnotize you. He's like, whoa! And he's hypnotizing him, chat. He's like, I can help you and shit, but I need your ring. I need your sapphire ring. The Sultan's like, this has been in the family for like 15 generations. Jafar's like, I don't give a shit. Give it to me. Has like a snake scepter. Very cool. Jafar, love the design of Jafar. Jafar, yes, Darkslayer. Jafar is like, him and Scar are my favorite villains in the Disney Pantheon, chat. And I like Syndrome a lot too. Because they're very feminine. And they're just very haughty. They think very highly of themselves. They're an intellectual villain, very effeminate shit. I just like that about them. And they have that dry sense of humor that's very cutting. And he's like, yeah, give me that shit. I'll help you with your daughter. I don't know what you're talking about. Go play with your toys. Go play with Also, the Sultan's constantly feeding Iago crackers. He's like jamming his mouth. Iago hates it. And then once the Sultan, he goes back to playing with his little toy sets and things. Iago's like, my God, Jafar, if I eat one more fucking cracker, I'm gonna kill him. Jafar's like, don't worry about it. We'll kill him someday. We gotta go ahead and use this little sapphire for my experiments. And they go to Jafar's secret laboratory, chat. They go to his laboratory. He's setting this shit up. And he puts, not yet. No, because after that, he puts the thing in there, and then we cut back, chat. Now it's nighttime. And Jasmine, she's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with these people. Like, I love my dad. Love the Sultan. He's great. But I want to be my own woman. All right? And so I got to get going. Raja's like, I love you. And it's like, I love you too, Raja. But I have to escape it. And so Raja helps Jasmine climb over the wall, chat, and she goes out into the marketplace of Agrabah. And she is a fucking babe in the woods. She doesn't know how anything works. A lifetime of infinite wealth, chat, and no responsibility. It'll have that effect on you. And she's saying, like, all this news. She's like, wow, look at all this. Look at all the poor. Look at all the mud people. She can't believe her eyes, chat. And she sees those street urchins get so many people. It's the same street urchins, chat, from earlier, who almost got Aladdin killed. The same street urchins, they're like, we want an apple. And, Jasmine's like, here's an apple. Here's off the cart. Here, eat it. And the kids are like, and they run away. And the apple owner, he's like, what the hell did you just do? She's like, I gave the kid an apple. He was starving. He's like, I don't fucking care about those kids. Fuck them kids, okay? You stole that apple. Jasmine's like, I'm sorry. I mean, you want some money? He's like, yeah, I do. She's like, don't worry. I'm going to go back to the palace and I'll get, he's like, oh, the palace. Yeah, you know the Sultan. No. He grabs her chair. He's like, you know what the price for thievery is? And he lays her arm out, chat, like this, and he gets a fucking meat cleaver, and it's like, he's about to cut her hand off, chat. He's just like, I'm getting ready. Meanwhile, Aladdin, he's stealing all the shit that he can. He's stealing melons and stuff. Him and Abu are just inundating themselves with the fruit. Aladdin's like, that girl's hot. Must save hot girl. And he goes after their chat, and he does he puts on those charm. He puts on the charm, chat. And he tells the guy, he's like, hey, listen, my sister, she's a bit derpy. She has a derp moment occasionally. She thinks everybody's the Sultan, man. It's like, hey, no harm, no foul. Like, are you okay, sis? She thinks my monkey is the Sultan. And Jasmine, she catches on. She's like, oh, yeah, because fucking fear. That's a hell of a motivator. She's like, oh, and she bows before Abu, chat. She's like, this monkey is great. And the guy's like, fuck, oh, Jesus, almost killed like a derpy girl. And he's like, you almost did do that. And he's like, hey, here's another apple, which I literally just took from you. Here's the apple again. You just go on your way. And then they do, and then he takes Jasmine, chat, under his way, and they just start talking. They start chatting, and you can tell they already have a sense of chemistry. Aladdin, he's trying to teach her the ropes of the Agrabah marketplace, be a fellow mud person, chat. That's what he's doing. And, eventually he's like, hey, you want to come back to my place? Because Aladdin's like, all right, let's get down to fucking business. That's exactly what he's doing. Ronnie, welcome to the stream. Well, it's Venture, good to see you. He's like, okay, I showed you all around. Let's go back to my place. That's obviously what's fucking happening here. And so then, but Jasmine, she shows off that she has some skills. Because, Aladdin, he pole vaults. He's showing off for Jasmine. He lays down like a plank of wood for her to cross. But she goes ahead and pole vaults over too. And he goes, that's pretty fucking impressive. That's good. I like that. All right. And he takes her to his little place, chat, where he's always hanging out And he's like, I think, yeah, this is where I live. It's not the best of places, but hey, you can come and go whenever you please, and you can't beat this fucking view. Reveals the chat, and it's the palace. It's the place where Jasmine tries to escape from. And Aladdin's like, what I would give to just live in a place like that, to have all these servants, to have all this wealth, to have all this food so you're not starving to death. Like that is the life right there. All these fancy clothes. And Jasmine's like, it's nothing. I wouldn't want that. That's the last thing I want. You don't have any freedom out there. It's like, Jasmine, first of all these people are out here starving to death, working their asses off. Like the median age, chat, in Agrabah is probably 40. Maybe, I think you're lucky to even get to 35, but like 40 is probably the one that's like, hey, this is a good life, and you die the next day when you hit 40, chat. That's what I'm thinking. And so Jasmine, she's totally out of her element, but whatever, right? I get it. She has no rights. I totally understand where she's coming from. And, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, I would love something like that. And Chad, they kind of get, not even like an argument, but there's some tension. But then eventually they come to the thing. It's like, hey, we just want to be free. And hey, they can bond over that. They want to have the choice to do what they do, not to be judged from where they come from or who they are, Chad. It's a good message for the kids. And chat, they are just about, but before that, we cut to Jafar, who's like, he's just been a creeper, chat. He's watching them. And he used the little sapphire from the ring, and he's like, and he did some magic shit, and he's like, okay, show me the diamond in the rough. He's got a Iago. What? Josh! With the $7 donation. Thank you so much, Josh, for the suffering. How appropriate. What appropriate, alert to use. 40's very old back then, Drexler. You nailed it, man. Oh, this movie made me want a little monkey as a companion. Me too. I think I was like, we always want a little monkey companion as a boo, but I wouldn't want the thing to fucking claw my eyes out and rip my nose off, which is like what monkeys do. They bite. I was like, I don't want that. I know chimps do that a lot. They go for the genitals, chat, and they go for the face. It's like, no, thank you. I don't want that. But while Jasmine and Aladdin, they're about to smooch chat, when he's kind of showing her around his dilapidated home. Jafar's like, there's the fucking diamond rough. Guards, go after the street rat. And they go out, chat, and just before Aladdin and Jasmine are about to start smooching, chat, the guards come upon them. And they're like, we found a street rat and a street mouse. Like, Jesus Christ, sexist already. Come on, man. He could also be a street rat. Why'd she a street mouse? Doesn't make any sense. And they're like, we're going to take you to jail and probably execute you, Aladdin. He's like, shit, this isn't good. And then Jasmine, she reveals herself, not in like a sexual way, but she reveals who she is to the guards. And like, Princess Jasmine, they bow down before her, chat. And she's like, I order you to release this man. And he's like, we're under orders from the Grand Vizier, Jafar. So if you want to take this up with him, do it. And, then we can release him, I guess. And she's like, I will do that. I'll come back. And so then, chat, Aladdin, we don't see Aladdin for a bit. And Jasmine, she goes and talks to Jafar. Jafar, he's coming out of his little laboratory area. He's like, no one can see this. And he fucking crushes Iago. And it's very comedic, chat. It's very good comedic beat. And she's like, Jafar, I heard what you did out there. You arrested this boy. I want you to release him. And he's like, well, the reason why we had him arrested is because he was under suspicion for kidnapping the princess of Agrabah. And she's like, was kidnapped by him. He was showing me around. I escaped on my own. And he goes, that's so unfortunate. She's like, well, why is that unfortunate? He's like, well, we assume we were told that he kidnapped you, and I'm afraid that it's already been dealt with. She's like, how's it been dealt with? We fucking killed him. And she's like, what? Yeah, we executed him. He tried to steal you. It's like, we fucking cut people's hands off if they steal apples. If someone is going to kidnap the princess of our society, what do you expect is going to happen to him? And she's like, and she starts crying, chat. And she's like, oh my God. And she runs away because she loved him, chat. It was her first real love with someone in a hot sexual way. And Jafar snatched that. And Jafar, Jafar always could not give a shit less. Gets Iago. He's like, I think she took it rather well. I love it. And so she goes over, chat. She's crying and stuff. And the Sultan, he's like, geez, Are you okay? Is everything wrong? She's like, he killed him. Father, I was out there. Jafar, he did something horrible. And Sultan's like, Sultan, he's been a good guy, chat. Because he's like, I'm going to be a father here. I'm not going to be the Sultan. Even though that's just my name. It's the Sultan. But tell me what happened, and we're gonna fix this. Okay, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, not just as my daughter, but as a fellow human being. That's what Jasmine wants. She wants some goddamn respect, and I understand that. Wants to be treated at a humane level, as anyone would. And so she tells him. But then, chat, we go off and we go to a prison. And Aladdin, he's not dead. He's fine. He's just chained up. And he's like, well, this is a shit circumstance. But it's okay, chat, because he fucking hears Abu. Abu's right above him. He's like, Abu, come down here. Get me out of here. And Abu's like, I can't get you out of here, man. I can't do it. Nothing I can do. He's like, fuck, we'll find a way. We can get out of here. And then this fucking Schmeagle creature from out of the darkness goes, I can help you. It's like, It's like a fellow prisoner, chat. And he's like, hey, listen, you know what you need? You need money, you need treasure to win the heart of the girl. You're after that girl, right? The princess? He's like, I like the princess a lot. He's like, great. So, if you get something for me, I will give you all this treasure. Aladdin's like, fucking let's do it, old man. Creepy old man I just met. And he's like, how the hell are we going to get out of here now? And somehow, the old man, I can't say who it is yet, chat. The old man. He releases Aladdin from his cuffs, and then he just fucking taps a stick on the wall, and it's like, it's a secret tunnel. And they go out there, chat. They travel out to the desert, to the location of the Cave of Wonders. They activate the Beatles again. Aladdin's like, Jesus Christ, that is scary. And the old man's like, good luck. You can do it. You're the diamond in the rough. And the Cave of Wonders opens up, and it's like, who dares, summon me? And I'm Aladdin. Street rat. Take that and all the song chat. And the Cave Wonders like, fuck, you're better than that last guy that was in my mouth. Come on in. Don't take any of the treasure. If you take any of the treasure, you are supremely fucked. And Aladdin's like, I will not do that. We're going to get the lamp. So they go down there, chat. And again, they see the mountains upon mountains of fucking treasure. This would make Smog blush, chat, from The Hobbit. It looks amazing. Boo, he's like, I want all this treasure right now. Aladdin's like, no, but we can't do that. I got into the lamp. You see the fucking anthropomorphic sand lion cave said we can't do that. And he's like, ugh. And while they're all going there, chat, they see they notice something behind them. Something's weird. It's a magic carpet, chat. It's carpet. And Abu, he freaks out at Carpet. He doesn't like him. But Carpet, he hasn't seen, someone in the millennia. And so he gets very sad. Like, I love the design on Carpet, chat. They convey so much emotion from a fucking rug. How do they do that? How are they able to do that? Sand-like, that's what it is. And this thing, and Aladdin's like, Abu, you made him feel bad, and you were yelling at him. He just wants to help. You want to help us, Carpet? Carpet goes, yeah. It's like, let's go. And this fucking Carpet takes Aladdin, chat, and it's again, these sequences are some of the most beautiful moments. It's great, a great iron laser. It's great animation. And they're sweeping and swooping all around the sky in this cave, chat. And Carpet takes him right to the lamp. And Abu, he's off somewhere. He sees a big fucking red ruby. He's like, I want that red ruby. That looks great. Aladdin, he fucking takes the lamp. He's like, we fucking did it. This is great. And then Abu, he's greedy little monkey chat, like I established before. Touches the ruby, and Cave of Wonders like, you fucked up. I'm gonna eat you. And he just everything begins to be destroyed. All the gold starts melting, and Carpet's like, we gotta skedaddle, guys. And then he gets Aladdin on him. He gets Abu on him, chat, and he starts moving again. This is the part. It's beautiful. It's a little dated because they use some like CGI here. It's not classic 2D animation, which I get just because that. Had they done this in 2D animation, it would have been incredibly expensive, and so I understand why they did the CGI here. But I'll forgive it. I forgive it. And so they fucking go up there. Fucking Carpet, he gets knocked out. But he gives enough strength to push Aladdin and Abu up there, chat. And he's like holding on with the tips of his fingers. And we get a fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark moment, moment, chat, with the old man Aladdin. And Aladdin's like, help me up. And the guy's like, throw me the lamp. And Aladdin's like, I can't. No, you help me up. Hey, I'll help you up if you throw me the lamp. And Aladdin's like, fucking here, take it. And the old man, he takes it. He's like, oh my God, finally, the precious, I have it. And Aladdin's like, you gotta help me. The old man's like, the fuck I will. And he starts smashing on Aladdin's feet, chat. He's like, you're gonna get your just rewards, Aladdin. Everything that's coming to you, just like Razim, whatever the fuck his name was. and he starts bashing it. Before he can finally smush Aladdin's toes, fucking Abu pops up and just begins biting the shit out of the old man. It is not too good. And then he's like, he fucking freaks out. And he hits Aladdin and Abu, and they fall back into the Cave of Wonders. The Cave of Wonders close up. And the old man, he's like, I'm alive. Oh my God, that was, I have it. And who's the old man? It's Jafar. It's Jafar the entire time. He takes off the thing. Jafar, very skinny man. He's plays different characters. Again, it's pretty cool. He's like, I got it. Thank God. He's like, what? No! Where is it? No! Yeah, he does a fucking Darth Vader no chat. No! He lost the lamp again. And then we're back in the Cave of Wonders chat. Carpet, Abu, and Aladdin, they're just stuck in there. It's like, we don't know what to do. Well, we could literally, starve down here. We don't have any water. Then the body needs water at least for 3, at least in 3 days. We don't get that, we'll definitely die. Look, it's this fucking desert. It's not good, guys. Maybe there's some water in this lamp. He's like, I can't make someone out here. What's this say on this lamp? And he begins rubbing a chat. And who pops out? The Genie. One of the best animated characters, I think, in not only Disney's history, but I think just in animation history overall. I love this character. And it's perfectly like, so Cat, I wish, Chat, that we had an Oscars, like a category for voice acting. I think there should be one for mocap where the actor who plays in the team gets Oscars, but also for voice acting. I don't know why that hasn't been done yet. It doesn't make any sense to me. But he fucking would have deserved every accolade right here. I know Robin Williams, R.I.P., one of his greatest performance ever. And he pops out of their chat, and it's a goddamn comedy routine. There is so much. I can't even articulate everything that he does here, but he goes from character to character to scenario, showing off all of his magical. And it's so cool because, and this is where a lot of the modern stuff from the film comes in, because he's doing like Rodney Dangerfield. He's doing Jack Nicholson. Characters that Robin Williams was known to do impressions of, throughout his entire career. And it is amazing. And again, it's just like, wow, it's like he's doing Jack Nicholson in a movie that it takes place in ancient times in the Middle East. I don't know. It's just something about that. It's like the balls that it took to do Marx Brothers too. He loves doing the Marx Brothers. Like the balls that it took to do, like, we're gonna make this decision. This is why we got him to do this thing, and we're just gonna. But it's gonna work because he's magic and because it's Robin Williams, and you just go like, I think in any other movie, imagine this shit, like had like a lesser studio. Or, I don't know, maybe even a lesser actor who did, like, because we think of a character who does, like, modern references in films, you're like, ugh, it's so obnoxious, but they get it right here, perfectly. It's one of those cases where they can make all these modern references, and it just works for the scene. And then, the music's already, at this point, Chad, has been great. Because Aladdin, because Genie's like, you get fucking 3 wishes. And Aladdin's like, 3 wishes? And, yeah, it's like, listen. I can't make you fall in love with somebody. I can't kill anybody, and I can't bring anything back from the dead. Other than that, you're golden, man. Aladdin's like, I just still don't know. And then Genie does one of the best musical numbers, I think, in the Disney Renaissance era, A Friend Like Me. Amazing sequence. Again, there's so many things in it, I can't even focus on one single element from it. And just how he goes from like a piece of parchment, then he rolls up and he twists himself and becomes something else. How his body changes and morphs and everything. It's amazing sequence, chat. It's one I think you watch at any time. And he does this thing, and it ends perfectly with him just the applause. He has a fucking applause sign. And Aladdin's like, I don't know. Again, Aladdin, he's still fucking crafty. Guys, I don't know. I can't really take this whole thing seriously. And he says, Abu, Carpet, let's just walk out here. And Genie's like, the fuck? No, goddammit. You listen, I'm going to prove to you how good I am. I'm going to get you out of this cave. And they fucking bust on through that cave, chat. And again, he does the whole, airplane pilot kind of shtick, chat, where he's like, please, remain seated and secure. Exits are here, everywhere. If you tip on over, you're going to fall off that goddamn carpet. He blasts him off, chat, at the end, a little oases, one might say. And Genie's like, hey, I got you out of there. He calls him Al, too. He calls him Alice and Aladdin. I got you out of there, Al. So you got 2 more wishes. And Aladdin's like, I don't remember wishing to get out of the cave. You did that yourself. And Genie's like, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. How? Okay, listen. Now, no more freebies. You get 3 wishes, okay? And Aladdin, he's just like, well, I don't know what to wish for. What would you want? And Genie's like, whoa, you just rocked my world. Like, every master I've ever had for, like, and they're all fucking dead. I've had so many dozens upon hundreds of masters. They've never asked me that question before. And I was like, well, what do you want? And Genie's like, oh, man, I really would want my freedom. Again, the freedom is coming in here, chat, again. Freedom. Shtick. You know, Jasmine wants to be free. Aladdin wants to be free to be who they are. Genie wants the same thing. And Aladdin goes, well, here you go, Genie. I'll free you. I'll do my 2 wish, my last 2 wish, my first 2 wishes, my 3rd wish. I'll free you. And Genie's like, I appreciate that, but I just don't know. You know, the people, they'll promise all these things, but then they end up kind of going back on him. Aladdin's like, you don't know me. I'm a different kind of guy. I'm a different kind of. I don't even want to be your master, but I'll promise you that. And Genie's like, hey man, that is really nice of you. He's like, okay, hey, let's get to those first 2 wishes. And Aladdin's like, well, I really want to meet this girl again. And Genie's like, what did I fucking tell you, idiot? I can't make you fall in love with someone. And he's like, well, I know, but she's a princess of Agrabah, and I'm just a street rat. Genie's like, we can fucking make this work. Don't worry about it. You already got the charm. You already got the good looks, kid. You just need the money, baby. And Aladdin's like, then make me a prince, Genie. Genie's like, I will do that for you, sugar. And he goes ahead, and he gets in the whole iconic outfit chat, and he starts zapping and booming. And he creates a whole fucking entourage for Aladdin. And now they're heading to Agrabah, chat. But speaking of Agrabah, we come back to Agrabah, and Sultan, he's having a meeting with Jafar and Jasmine. Sultan's like, okay, so anytime you're gonna, like, execute someone, tell me, you know, beforehand so I can give my approval. Is that everyone okay now? Everyone okay? Jafar's like, golden, man, I'll do that. Jasmine's like, fine. And Sultan's like, oh, you two are just so great. We're gonna make this work together. That's what we're gonna do. You know, you go off. I'm gonna go play with my toys. And then chat, Jasmine, she's basically tells, like, because now Sultan's talking about, hey, okay, so Jasmine, we still got to get you a suitor. We have like 1 day left, or 2 days, maybe it's 1 day. We have 1 day left, so you got to pick somebody soon. She's like, I don't want to pick anybody. And he's like, yeah, Jasmine, we've been through this. You have to. And you're going to become a queen. And, you know, Jafar's like, you know, you should do that, honey. And Jasmine's like, first of all, don't talk to me. And when I become queen, I'm getting rid of your ass. Jafar's like, oh, how charming. And then she goes off, chat. You know, the Sultan, he goes off. And now Jafar and Iago, they're just like, fuck, this is a bad situation. We lost the lamp. We don't really know what to do. If she becomes queen, then we're either like exiled or killed. This isn't great. Jafar's like, he's out of ideas. He's like, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And Iago, he's the one who comes with the idea. He's like, Jafar, I have an idea. Why don't you be the prince chump? And he's like, what are you talking about, chump? And he's like, no, listen to me. You can be the guy to marry Jasmine, and then you can become sultan. And Jafar's like, fuck, Iago, that's a really good idea. I love the way your despicable little mind works. And they're laughing, chat. They're having a good time. And then Iago's like, yeah, then after that, you can just fucking kill her and then the Sultan. And he's like, wow, that is great. Let's do this. This is the plan. And then I guess a few hours later, chat, Sultan, he's playing with his toys again. Jafar, he comes in. He's like, Sultan, I know you're having issues trying to get your daughter hitched. I found a clause in the law. And Sultan's like, what'd you find, Jafar? He's like, well, according to this, it's a big long scroll, chat. In the absence of no prince being able to marry the daughter of the kingdom of Agrabah, then she must wed the Grand Vizier. Oh. That's me. The Sultan's like, I don't remember that at all. He's like, he reads it. He's like, Jafar's like, no, it's in there. You know, fine print. And the Sultan goes, well, I guess, you know, that could, sure. You've always, hey, Jafar, you've always been a stand-up guy to me. Jafar's like, you're fucking stupid, but yeah, I'm gonna get everything I want. But chap, before the Sultan says, you know what, let's do it, he hears some music outside. It's the Great Ali! And he fucking runs out there, and Jafar's like, fuck, what's next? And then you get another wonderful music number, and where the Genie, he's leading this fucking procession, showcasing all of Aladdin's wealth, or in this case, Prince Ali. Wealthy is he? I don't even know like his full name, but it's Prince Ali, chat. And they're showcasing all that stuff. What is the music number again? Like, look at all these fucking elephants. Oh, also, he mutates Abu into an elephant, chat. Kind of fucked up. Also, there's a reference to Little Mermaid at one point in the movie. I think it might have been when they're at the Oasis. But now Abu, he's an elephant. Forgot to mention that. Transform Aladdin to a prince. Abu's now an elephant. And they have this huge fucking procession. Everyone, again, much like with the original prince, he was just on a fucking horse and he treated him like shit. They're like, it's a rich person. We love you. Again, worshiping celebrities, chat. It's bad. Don't worship them. But they're all about it. They're loving him. Aladdin's actually treating respect. He's fucking throwing gold in their faces and shit. He's like showcasing his wealth. Breathe it in, mud people, and they love it, chat. And eventually, he hops on the goddamn magic carpet, chat, and he goes right into the palace. Not yet, excuse me. When they enter the palace, the Sultan, he wants to get in there and meet Ali. Because Ali, he wants to get hitched to Princess Jasmine. There's only 24 hours left. And Sultan's like, fuck, I want to meet this guy. Jafar's like, no, we're not going to do it. We're going to close the door. And he gets fucking smushed, chat, because Abu the elephant kicks in the goddamn door. Jafar, Iago might as well be dead, chat. But they're wiry. They're crafty. So they manage to position the body in such a way where they survive. But he goes up in there. He gets the magic carpet. And he presents himself in front of the Sultan. And the Sultan's like, fuck, let's just do this right now, okay? Let's do this. And he's like, who are you? I am Prince Ali. What's his full name? I keep forgetting. I always call him Prince Ali Ababa. I can't say it. Ababawa? Prince Abubu. And that's what Jafar calls him. And we're just gonna call him Prince Ali. He's like, oh yeah, I'm from a faraway nation. I've heard of the beauty, the intelligence, the majesty of your daughter, and I want to present myself to you and her. And Sultan's like, oh yeah, let's get you to meet her. And Jafar, he's coming. He's like, excuse me, Prince Abubu. We've already been discussing, the wedding plans already, so you're no longer needed. And Sultan's like, oh, don't, Jafar, good news. It's okay. Hey, if she goes with Ali, you don't have to get married to Jasmine. He's like, it's great. But chat, who overhears all this? It's Princess Jasmine. She comes in. She's like, you men, you're just trying to dictate my life. Tell me what to do. I want nothing to do with any of you. You're scum to me. And she goes off. Sultan's like, listen, she's in a mood right now. But she'll calm down. She'll calm down. You can go ahead and talk to her. It's going to be great. Okay? You guys have fun. I'm going to play my toys again. And, Jafar and Abubu, they have a bit of a stand-up chat. Jafar's like, I will find a way to kill you somehow. I got to come up with it first. And so he goes off, chat. Eventually, Aladdin, he's just out in the palace garden. She just hates me now. And the genie's like, no, yeah, of course she hates you because you're not acting like yourself. You're being an asshole, Al, okay? You gotta show her some respect. You gotta go up there and talk to her like a human being. You could throw your wealth in the face of the mud people and they'll love you for it. But she's not one of those mud people, man. She's a normal person. And he's like, all right, I'll go talk to her. So he flies up there in the magic carpet, and he presents himself, and the genie's giving him advice the entire time as little bee, and he tries to start a conversation, but Jasmine's like, I want nothing to do with you. Genie's giving him both good advice and bad advice, and then Aladdin, he takes the bad advice, and it just creates an even more awkward situation. And you know what, Aladdin, I wish you would just doesn't call him Aladdin. I wish you would just walk off the edge of this balcony. He's like, all right, he fucking just takes a nosedive off. She goes, oh my God, I just killed him. And she goes over the chat, but he's fine. He's on the magic carpet. And she goes, how are you doing that? And he's like, magic carpet. And she's like, that's awesome. And, Aladdin says, you know what? You're right about all those things, about my wealth. Like, listen, that's not who I am. It's not what I do that defines me. It's what's underneath that defines. He pulls a Batman Begins. Ababwa. Thank you, Eileen. It made it much easier for me to say. And she's like, that's like Batman. He's like, yeah, I'm like Batman. She's like, can I go on your carpet? He's like, hell yeah, you can. And they go on the carpet. And he has the line, chat, do you trust me? She's like, fucking Aladdin said that. You look exactly like Aladdin. He's like, I don't know who this Aladdin kid is, but come and join me. And she hops on, chat, and it's a wonderful world. Like all that. They do the magic carpet ride, the Academy Award winning song, chat. It's an incredible moment. They're flying. They go to different locations. They go to Egypt. They go to ancient Greece. Showing a whole new world to Jasmine and Aladdin. They go to China, chat. They're eating apples in the China Tenement Square and all that. And Jasmine, again, I like that they show it's like she's not a fucking moron. What, a whole new world? What did I say? I said a whole new world. Maybe I fudged the lines there. Listen, I've been drinking. Cut me some goddamn slack. Oh, that's good drink. So, and she goes, Princess Ali, I would have wished Boo would have joined us. And he's like, yeah, I wish Boo would have joined us too. And then the Carpet's there. I love Carpet because you're relying on his mannerisms and expressions. Even he's a fucking rug chat. And he goes, what are you doing? And Aladdin goes, oh shit. She's like, I fucking knew you were Aladdin. He goes, I am Aladdin. I'm Aladdin. She goes, what are you doing here? What are you doing? He's like, he comes up with another lie, Chad. Doesn't tell her the truth like he should have told her. He says, oh, I sometimes go out as a commoner to live among the mud people so I can be free. Because sometimes I don't want to be with my servants. I don't want to be told what to do. I just want to be myself. And Jasmine's like, God, can we just have sex like right here? And he's like, sure. But they don't do that, Jay. They don't do it because it's a PG movie. Or G. Might even be G. Might be a G movie. So they don't do that because she's saying all the right things to her chat, but it's not the honest things to her. And so eventually they're like, well, they're falling in love, chat. They're all about each other. And so they fly back to the palace, and Jasmine's like, give me like an hour or two. I'm going to think this over, but you're like the best one so far. And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's get married. She's like, yeah, let's get married. And Chad, he goes down the garden. He's telling Genie, wait, what happened? Does this happen here? Yeah. No, not yet. So he goes down there, and he's like, hey, Boo, the Carpet, you won't believe what happened, but they're all tied up, Chad. It's like, what's going on? They're all tied up. The Genie, he's in the lamp. Aladdin keeps the Genie in his little turban, chat. That's where he keeps him safe. And they're all tied up, and there's the fucking palace guards, and they fucking tie up Aladdin. Jafar's out there. It's like, Prince Boo. I'm gonna kill you, okay? I'm gonna throw you off the goddamn sea and let you drown. And that's what they do, chat. They fucking push Prince. I mean, these guards should be executed by the end of the movie. They're doing Jafar's orders. Very nefarious stuff. And so they fucking kick Aladdin out into the sea, chat. And they got like a big old, like cartoonish, like ball and chain. They push him out there, and he fucking falls there. He's like, I'm drowning. The lamp falls out of his turban, chat. I gotta get to the lamp. I gotta get the lamp to contact Genie. But then he just fucking passes out. But he does manage to rub the lamp with his hand a little bit. And Genie's like, whoo, what the hell's that? Oh my God, you're dying. Aladdin, I can't give you the freebie, man. Okay, you used the freebie already. You gotta save my life. And Genie cheats a little bit here. Says, you know what? I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word. This is wish number 2. You're gonna have your life saved. And he does it. It's like, okay, so Genie clearly, he's cutting some goddamn corners of his power, so he just helps out Aladdin here. He gets him up there, Chad, becomes a fucking submarine, they blast off. It's great. Gets him up there, Aladdin coughs. He's like, oh my God, Genie, thank you for saving me. It was Jafar. He was doing all the nefarious. We gotta get back to the palace, Chad. We gotta get back to the palace. And so they go over there. Jafar, he's doing some weird shit. I think he's brainwashing the Sultan. He's like, Princess Boo, fuck him. Have Jasmine marry me. And who's there to see all this, chat? It's fucking Aladdin. He's there, and he's witnessing all this stuff. Oh yeah, you're so old. That's right. Like a Sultan, he's kind of like breaking out of it. So he's a little more swear than we think he is. But he's like, you're old as shit, Jafar. Jafar's like, stop it. And he's like, you're going to marry... But then Aladdin, Princess Boo, he sees all this. And Jasmine, she comes in and is like, that was a plot to kill me. And Jafar was the one to do it. Jafar's like, I didn't do that. He's like, and he uses this on you, Sultan. He uses a magic scepter. And he smashes it, and there's like weird smoke and shit. And the Sultan's like, oh my God, you were hypnotizing me. You are my most trusted vizier. And I am the best judge of character. You betrayed me. And Jafar's like, fuck you people. And he vanishes, Chad, in a puff of smoke. And Sultan's like, bring me the head of Jafar. They go off running, Chad. And the Sultan, he then sees Aladdin. They are just smooching. He's like, whoa, okay. So you guys are good? You guys want to get married? And they're like, hell yeah, let's do this. He's like, great. This is wonderful. All right, Krill, you're going to get married. Aladdin, or not going to call him Aladdin. Princess Ali, Ababwa, as the chat calls you, Ababwa, you're going to become the new Sultan, man. It's going to be great. Aladdin's like, the new Sultan? Like, oh, geez, that's a lot of responsibility. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm actually 25. It's going to be rough for you. So you two do your thing. And he goes off. And Jasmine's like, I will see you later tonight. Let's fucking kick this off. We'll get sex even before the wedding. Aladdin's like, oh boy. And Aladdin, he goes back to his room, and Genie's like, hey man, this is great. Everything's working out for her. And Aladdin's like, no, it's not. Like, I don't want to become, we ain't never had a friend like Chris. What up, Jafar? Okay, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. Jafar was a bad guy. He was. Chat, what a fucking twist. Jafar was the bad guy the whole time? Blew my mind as a kid. Couldn't believe it. And so Aladdin, he goes back to his little apartment, I guess his room or whatever in the palace, and he's like, "No, Genie, this is terrible. Like, I don't want to become Sultan. I just want to meet Jasmine and have a relationship with her, but I don't want all this. And listen, I'm not an actual prince. They're gonna fucking find out where I'm. They don't know where my wealth came from. I don't want the kingdom. This is all gonna fall apart." Genie's like, just tell the truth, man. Aladdin's like, no, I gotta keep up the lie. I gotta keep wishing. But Genie's like, but you promised me you would free me, remember? And Aladdin's like, yeah, I can't free you. And Genie's like, dude, you promised me. And Aladdin's like, listen, man, you do what I say. And Genie's like, whoa, I'm gonna go with my lamp now. Goes in my teeny living space, and he's like, whatever, you're just another slave driver. And he goes back, and Aladdin's like, I'm sorry, I feel bad. He just doesn't feel good, chat. Meanwhile, I think what point? Oh yeah, we cut back to Jafar, chat. He's back in his laboratory. Iago's like, we are fucked. We are fucking fucked. We're gonna get killed. I'm gonna go pack everything. I'm gonna go pack the poison pellets. I'm gonna pack the anthrax, the asbestos, the sword. You like this sword? Gonna pack all of our evil shit in here. Jafar just starts laughing. Iago's like, he broke. He's crazy now. He's officially crazy. He's having a psychotic breakdown. I knew this would happen. Jafar! And he starts slapping Jafar, and Jafar just grabs his like, this is all working out. I understand everything now, because it's like, that Prince Ali, that's not a prince, a boo-boo. That's Aladdin. He has the genie. He has the lamp on him. Iago. And Iago's like, oh shit. You're right. It has to be what's happening. He's like, okay, so Iago, you're gonna be my most important part of my mission here. You gotta go out there and get the lamp for me. Iago's like, all right, I'll do that. And so then Aladdin, he's smooching Princess Jasmine somewhere, but no, he's trying to talk to Princess Jasmine. He's trying to tell her, I gotta go talk to Princess Jasmine. You guys do your thing. I gotta be honest with her. Genie was right. Genie, I was an asshole. I was being a terrible person to Genie. I gotta go talk to Jasmine and reveal everything. He goes over there, chat. Iago, he's pretending to be a fucking flamingo. And we got this drippy flamingo who's just hitting on Iago. Iago's like, fuck that. And he beats him out of the way. Then he goes to the room, grabs the lamp, and he brings it to Jafar. And Jafar, he rubs that shit. He's like, hell yeah, it's my time now. And, Genie comes out. He's like, listen now, this is a complicated situation. I want to get in, between you and Jasmine. He's like, oh, you're not fucking Aladdin. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm not Aladdin. You work for me now, bitch. And he's like, this is bad. You're very evil and psychotic. He's like, yes, I am. And then, we cut outside the palace. And Aladdin, he's like, Jasmine, I got to tell you something. And Jasmine's like, oh, they can wait. We got to show you the people, the mud people. You know the mud people. You work among them. And he's like, listen, no. And they reveal the current chat. And they all fucking cheer Prince Ali. And he's like, wow, this is a lot to take in. Cut back to Jafar chat. A lot happening here. And he's like, Genie, this is my first wish. He calls him slave sometimes. Slave. But he calls him Genie. This is my first wish. Make me Sultan of Agrabah. And he goes, I gotta do it. He fucking turns into Sultan of Agrabah, chat. Storm clouds brew overhead. And fucking with a big swinging dick, he's walking out there, chat. Jafar. And he's like, I'm Sultan now. A little chubby Sultan. He gets all of his clothes taken off. And they go on Jafar. It's weird. And he's like, I am now Sultan of Agrabah. And they're like, no, you're not. He's like, yeah, I am, man. And he reveals, chat, I'm Sultan on high, which is weird. And then fucking Genie reveals himself, and he lifts up the palace and places it on a mountain. And people are like fucking screaming, debris hitting them, chat. They're all getting smushed. It's not looking too good. And so, and he's like, Lad's like, Genie, what's going on? He's like, I'm sorry, Al. This is my new master. And Jafar is like, hey, my second wish, because I want to fuck this kid up, make me the most powerful sorcerer in the world. And he's like, I'll do that to you, boss. He fucking makes him the most powerful sorcerer in the world, chat. And Jafar gets a little musical number. It's kind of like a riff on Prince Ali, and he reveals everything. He reveals that Aladdin's wealth was all facade, Chad. It's like, that wasn't real. No, the real Aladdin is the one you met. You know, he is the street rat. And Jasmine's like, you lied to me. That's, like, not nice. He's like, Jasmine, I wanted to tell you and everything. And Jafar's like, all right, enough talking. Fucking sends him up into a little tower, chat. Uses magical abilities, and he blasts that shit off like a rocket, and he's just cackling his ass off. And he makes Sultan the Jasmine his slave ship. But now, we're following the rocket, and it lands somewhere in a very snowy area. I'm not sure where, like in a mountain pass somewhere. And this thing, very cool animated segment, this thing just fucking, you know, it starts, not rolling yet, rolls a little bit. Then he gets thrown out. Abu, he transforms back into like a monkey. Everything that Aladdin had as a wealthy prince is gone. It all reverts back to normal. Very important for the end of the film, too. Because apparently any wish, I guess when I don't know. It just kind of negates certain things. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway. So he finds Abu in the snow, and Abu's okay. A little fucked up. And then they see Carpet struggling to get out of the tower. So they run over to him, Chad. They're trying to pull him out, trying to dig up the snow. But the tower's been moving down a cliff. And Aladdin's like, oh, fuck. He just fucking starts booking it like Tom Cruise, Chad. He's like, we got nowhere to go. There's literally, that's a cliff, and this thing's coming for us. We know it's like a little window, chat. He's like, if I can get this perfectly, we can go through the window. So the thing rolls over, chat, but he's in the window, so it rolls over him, and he's fine. And the fucking Carpet comes and picks him up. We got to get back to Agrabah, Carpet. Let's go. And they fly over there, chat. Meanwhile, we're on Agrabah on high, chat, the palace, and Jafar is just living up to Sultan. He's been made into a little marionette. The fucking nails have been put through his skin, chat. He's just flopping around like Weekend at Bernie's. Iago is stuffing him, force-feeding him crackers, moldy crackers. Sultan's like, he's vomiting all over himself, chat. It's terrible. Jasmine's just serving wine and the sweetest of fruits to Jafar. Jafar's like, this is great. I'm having a great time. And, you know, he's taking bites of apple. He's like, Jasmine, you know, it would be great if, you know, you can marry me. And Jasmine's like, fuck that. And she throws wine in his face. She's like, blah! He doesn't like that, chat. He's weak against wine, one of his many weaknesses. And he's like, Genie! He calls him the slave at this point. Slave! Alright, I know what my third wish is gonna be. I got my third wish here. I want Princess Jasmine to fall in love with me. As we know, chat, Genie can't make someone fall in love with another person, so that's against the rules. And he tries to explain this to Jafar. Jafar's not having it, but Jasmine, she notices Aladdin climbing into the palace. And she goes, oh, I'm gonna play this up. This will be a distraction. Because he's gonna go for the scepter, and he's gonna fuck Jafar up. It's gonna be great. And then she just starts playing. He's like, Jafar, you are a sex god. Jafar's like, good job, Genie. This is better than I thought. Hell yeah, let's fucking do this. And, Jafar and Jasmine, they're just smooching, chat. That's what they're doing. Aladdin, he gets over to the scepter, but then fucking he's exposed either by Iago or something else. And Jafar's like, what the fuck's going on? You know, Jasmine, she tries to tear his face off, and it doesn't work. He bashes her away. He gets his scepter back, and he just starts fucking with Aladdin. He starts messing with him, messing with everyone else there. Unravels the fucking carpet and shit. Terrible stuff that's happening. But Aladdin, this is how he's gonna do. I'm gonna battle Jafar physically. Wonderful animation sequence here, chat, where Jafar transforms into he dresses Jasmine as a hooker. Yeah, that's exactly what he does. Like, event. That's exactly what he does. That's what she says. Oh, your beard is just so twisted. He's like, hell yeah, yes. Aladdin's battling him, and he's like, you're such a snake, Jafar. And Jafar's, a snake, am I? And he transforms into a giant King Cobra, chat. Wonderful animation segment. And he's fighting fighting Jafar Snake. And he wraps up Aladdin, you know, he's just about to kill Aladdin. But then Aladdin, he's messing with his vanity. That's how you get to Jafar, chat. That is his true weakness. It's wine, too. Wine in the face does it, but vanity also. Close second. And he says, you know, Jafar, you're not the most powerful being in the universe. Fucking Genie is. You'll always be second best compared to him. Jafar goes, you know what, motherfucker? You're right. You were absolutely right. Why not think about this? Genie, slave. He calls me slave. I know what my third wish will be. Make me an old powerful Genie. Genie's like, why did you wish this, Al? And she's like, just fucking go with it. And he's like, fine, your funeral. Transforms him into Genie, and Jafar's like, the power. And he gets like a six-pack and shit. I mean, he is thick. He's red and thick, Chad, and hot. He has become a sex god Jafar. And he just breaks through the fucking palace of his muscles. He's like, I have the power, the universe, the cosmos are mine to command. But then, Chad, right around the ground, a little lamp appears, and Aladdin goes, "Yes, Jafar," and everything else that comes with being a genie. Jafar's like, "The fuck you talking about?" And he gets the clasps, he gets the golden bangles, and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, and you gotta live in here, yeah, unlimited cosmic power." Oh, he gets twisted all in there, chat. Grabs the Iago, like, no. Yeah, grabs the Iago, chat. Gets sucked in the lamp. Living space. And he's like, "Whoa!" It was a callback to the original movie. The original part, we're introduced to the genie, chat. And it's like, wow. And he's trapped in there, and Jafar and Iago, they're just arguing the entire time. And Genie's like, that was really, really smart. And it's like, "Genie, would you do the honors?" And he's like, "I will." And he fucking hits that fucking thing like a goddamn paper football, chat. And Jafar's going to spend, supposedly, the next 10,000 years in the Cave of Wonders. But actually, he comes back like a month later in the Return of Jafar, where he actually dies horrifically. But we don't talk about the movie yet. Maybe someday. And then it's over. Agrabah is returned to normal. Everything goes back to normal. Jasmine's no longer hooker. The Sultan, he gets his Sultan clothes, and the nails are taken out of his flesh. So he's great. He's happy about that. And, Aladdin, he's like, "Listen, Jasmine, I'm sorry that I lied to you. I wasn't all these things. I am this thing." Jasmine's like, "No, you're a good person. You've been the best thing in my life," and which is kind of shitty when you think about it. Yeah, this guy that lied to me, that put my life at risk countless times, he's the best thing in my life, sure, whatever. But they're like, "Hey, I love you." And he's like, "I love you too." And they smooch, and Genie's like, "This is great. This is wonderful, But then, Aladdin goes, "But I can never have you. I can never have you because according to the law, I have to be a prince, and I'm not a prince." And the Sultan's listening to this, he's like, "Fuck, yeah, he's right." But Genie's like, "You know what, Al? I can make you a prince." And Aladdin's like, "No, I promise you your freedom." And Genie's like, "It's okay. This is something special, true love. I've never seen this before. True love. I'm gonna make you a prince, Al." And Aladdin goes, "Genie, I wish you were free." And he goes, "Oh, one Prince Ali, come in." Wait, what'd you say? And the bangles fall off of him, chat, and he's like, "This is, wow." And they just have a moment. You just see his expression, chat. He can't believe what just happened. Master after master, thousands upon thousands of years, never thought this was happening. This kid was gifted this to him, this ability. He's like, test it out, wish for something." And he's like, "Wish for the great now." He's like, "I wish for the great now." He's like, "Ha! I'm not gonna give it to you. Oh my God, I'm free." But he's having a good moment. He's like, "I'm gonna go on a goddamn vacation. Here's some fucking Mickey Mouse merchandise. I got a Goof Troop hat on. Sell, all of it. The mouse needs it. I'm gonna see you later on. I'm gonna go on a vacation. Love you, boo. See you, bye-bye." He goes over, chat. He's just having the time of his life. And then Sultan, he comes over. He's like, "You know what? I've been inspired by your bravery, Aladdin. Also, I appreciate not being a meat puppet and having nails grafted in my skin anymore. So you know what? Fuck that fucking law. You can marry my daughter. Be happy, okay? I'm just glad I'm alive." And they're like, "Yay! It's a whole new world." And then they fly off, chat. They're smooching. "It's for you and her," and they go off. And Aladdin, and then of course, Genie has to be up there at the end. And he's like, "Miss me?" He's like, "You gotta buy all my merchandise. That's what you gotta do." And chat, that is Aladdin. It's an amazing. Wish for the now. No way. That's it. Oh. That's what happens. There's a lot of Disney merchandise thrown in at the end. But that's Aladdin, chat, the 1992 animated classic. It is an incredible work of art. Highly recommend, if you've seen it, see it again. It's on Disney Plus right now. It's a better than sex film. On the DT scale, it is a better than sex movie. I love this movie, chat. So hope you enjoyed the review.